as you are a first generation entrepreneur, and you already quit your job. You are not building your boat along with your job.
Yeah.
So did you face any financial difficulties? How did you manage your own finance, and how did you manage that?
That's an very intriguing question for me as well, because it has a long story behind that.
I see.
Very fascinating, very interesting as well. Even viewers will enjoy listening to this story, because I can tell you what all mistakes I did. Right?
Right.
So I can share that, right? Because
Definitely.
we have
Yes.
time. There's no limit
We
for
have
this.
time, and all our viewers are people who want to become entrepreneurs,
Yeah.
and who want to learn from others.
Yeah. So
Right.
here I can give you a good learning for all the viewers
Yes.
here. So when I quit my job, I remember I had only 1.5 lakh rupees.
Oh.
Okay.
Right.
And a gold chain, which my father had, usually gifted me. These were the two assets in terms of spending.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And I didn't even think of how am I going to manage the finances. That question didn't come to my mind.
Really.
And why was that? Because of this documentary, Law of Attraction. It says that you only take the first step, don't think about the other rest of the steps. Okay, so I was only thinking only one step at a time.
Yes.
So I thought that, okay, whenever the order comes in, whenever the money is needed, it will come from somewhere, from the universe. So let me not think about it right now. That was my thought process all the time. Okay. So about the finances now, what this 1.5 lakh rupees and this gold chain, I sold it later on. I blew up all this money in market research.
Oh, I see.
Because I used to travel to Ilkal every day. I used to travel here and there with some agents and markers who were there in Ilkal. I might name a few, but I don't think it will be appropriate to name them. But they taught me a lot. Okay, some of them also cheated me. Why? Because it used to be their work, but they used to take me along with them. And I used to look after all the travel accommodation and everything.
Right. Right.
And they used to get their work done. I just used to be around them and look what's happening.
Yes.
This is what I have. This is the way I've learned about the stone industry. Okay, so that was not a direct teaching or a lesson for me from them, but it was an indirect thing. So
but experiential learning.
Experiential learning.
Yes.
During that phase, I used to get frustrated. Why is this happening with me? साला इसका काम है और मेरे को लेके गया मेरी गाड़ी में, पापा की गाड़ी में, वो भी मैं डीजल वीजल सब कुछ मांग के ला रहा हूँ, सब कुछ मेरे गाड़ी पे घूम के साला खुद का काम कर लिया और मुझे बाद में घर भेज दिया. और मैंने वहाँ पे क्या सीखा क्या नहीं ये पता नहीं, मुझे वो काम आएगा कि नहीं आएगा, आई एम नॉट श्योर अबाउट इट, राइट? सो आई वाज kept on being frustrated for these kind of activities that were happening, but somewhere my intuition was still saying that okay, have patience, things will work out. Why? Law of attraction. I kept on, whenever I again came back to home that night, affirmations, I used to work on affirmations, I used to listen to audios.
Yes.
That practice was there. And probably that's why I used to avoid all these frustrations, distractions and all those things. Then what happened was, I have a childhood friend of mine who also quit his job which he was doing in Bangalore, and he had also started a business.
I see.
But I didn't knew that, and he was also in hometown, like in Bagalkot. So what happened was, we happened to meet somewhere, and he asked me, oh, you have started a company now, even I have started. So we had a discussion about our startups.
Yes.
We were not heading anywhere, but we had a cool
Chit-chat.
discussion, chit chat.
Yes.
And that's when he told me that okay, after a couple of days after that meeting, he called me and said that Teja, तेरे पास कुछ पैसे हैं क्या? मुझे ऐसे मेरे बिजनेस में इन्वेस्ट करना है. So I said कितने? So he said 50,000. So I thought that I anyhow have a lakh or lakh plus now in my account, and anyhow I don't have any orders, to use it all the money. And he was my childhood friend, so why not help him out?
Yeah.
So I gave him, हाँ yeah है ना भाई ले ले.
Oh, in that situation also you gave somebody money. That is
Gave
also 50% of the money.
50% of the capital. So that's what, like, I used to run through my gut, right? There's
Yeah.
no brain and art, only gut. So I used to ask my gut, should I do this? If it says okay, then let's do it. So I gave him 50,000. He had promised me to get back after 15 days, and he came back after 15 days and gave me how much? 58,000.
Oh, really?
So I thought, why are you giving me extra, man? I didn't give you on interest, or I didn't give you as a loan.
Yeah.
It was just a help.
Yes.
Right? I don't need the extra money. Then he said, अरे नहीं यार रख ले, बिजनेस का प्रॉफिट है, प्रॉफिट में से तुमको शेयर दे रहा हूँ, उसमें क्या है? Then I thought, bench, ये कौन सा बिजनेस है बे?
In such a short time.
15 दिन में इसने 8,000 मतलब मुझे दिए, कमाए कितने होंगे इसने? If he is sparing 8,000 to give me, then at least you should have doubled it, right?
Yeah.
16,000 should be
more.
More, right? Then I was curious. Then I asked him, कौन सा business है भाई बता, और डिटेल में बता. So my idea here was just to understand whether I can do something around that meanwhile, to pump in money for my business. He told that okay, it's an XYZ business. I don't want to go in detail because I don't want to quote him here, right?
I see.
Because of few problems later on. Yeah.
Okay.
So this happened, and then after 1 month again.
But that was not import export.
That was not import export.
Okay.
He was into some other business.
I was expecting that.
No.
Okay.
He was into. That's why I was curious, right? What business he is into. I am already 5-6 months in this business.
Okay.
I'm not making anything, and he just came up with 8,000 of profit for 50,000. So then what happened was I started doing my thing. Then he came back after a month saying, Teja, I need 1 lakh rupees. Is it possible? And I said, oh yeah, why not?
Okay.
Because I was expecting that even this time he'll be sharing some profits, right? And he took it for 15 days. He came back with again 15-20,000.
Oh.
Okay. This started happening frequently. By God's grace, fortunately or unfortunately, I'm not sure, but this started happening regularly. So 1 lakh was what I had capital. Now the next time when he used to come, he always used to ask me more. It was never like 1 lakh and then next time also 1 lakh, next time also 1 lakh. No,
not like that.
Not like that. It was always incremental.
Little more, yes.
Yeah. That was an interesting part. And I knew him since 20 years. So I was quite confident on him that whatever he is doing, I didn't even ask him that, okay, whether things are right or wrong, whatever it is. So we started rolling this chain of investment and getting back the money, getting back the money from where? From my childhood, I was very kind of not studious, but man of my words.
I see.
Man of substance, you can say, which all my friends and relatives knew, right? And that's what I leveraged. Okay, I went to my uncle and said that you already know that I have started a business, so I need some funds. So how much? I asked 5 lakhs. And why am I asking this 5 lakhs? Not to invest in my business,
right,
which I was planning. I wanted to invest in his business.
Yes.
Why? Because that's right now that is minting money.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So technically I'll have to invest there.
ROI is there.
ROI is there. So I took 5 lakhs, invested, made 1 lakh. Then I went back to my uncle. I was getting it on a very small margin. I, even if it was coming from my uncle, I still paid him an small interest rate, at least equivalent to the bank. Right? And all the other money I used to spend on my business. Okay. So this chain started, and 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 15 lakhs.
Oh, really?
Now you imagine and tell me a number until where we would have been went.
I will I will take a large bet on my side saying 1 crore.
It's you are too ambitious. Not 1 crore, but almost near that. The number was 72 lakhs.
Oh, that's great. That's like what?
Okay.
From 5 lakhs to 72 is.
Now let me
multiple.
tell you, it is not. I didn't make that money. That was the money which was invested with my friend.
Yes.
And all that money was not mine. Only part of money was mine. All
Yes.
the other money was, I was
Borrowed.
getting it from my friends,
Yes.
my families, my relatives, here and there. Why? Because everyone trusted me,
Yes.
right? So
Yeah.
they used to give me, and I was giving them every month. I was giving them some lump sum amount as an interest rate, or probably a profit, or whatever it is.
Yeah. Your trust was the
Trust was the
basic
main basic thing.
thing.
Why they used to pay me,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
One particular day, one fine day, my friend comes up and raises his hands, says that, I'm sorry, I'm not able to pay now because some problems, blah, blah, blah. And we get to know, I get to know that one of in our friend circle, 2-3 of them have already invested in his business. So he's taking investments from everyone.
Okay. All of his friends and
all
your
of his friends and wherever it's possible.
Yes.
So iski topi uske sir kind of story.
Oh, that
Right?
was happening all this time.
That was happening all this time for 3 years.
Oh.
Right? And I was thinking that, okay, we are building wealth. We are building money. Right? And now we'll be becoming a big exporter and all those things. So when this news came to me, that is when I got shocked again. And then, but the best part is I usually don't panic.
I see.
I don't know why God has made me that way. Good for entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
So I don't panic. I thought, now what can we do? This has happened now.
Yeah.
Okay, so what can we do? So I spoke to the other friends who had lent him money. And even they were surprised that I have invested. I was already surprised that they have also invested, and everybody's money is now stuck. And I want money to at least give it back to the people whom I have borrowed from, right?
Yeah.
And also the monthly payments that I used to make against the payment.
Yeah.
Everything got stuck for a while. Then what we thought was, घी सीधी उंगली से नहीं निकलेगी तो उंगली टेढ़ी करनी पड़ेगी, right? So we did our ungli tedi, in the sense we got into that avatar wherein now if we say, people won't believe because it was kind of a goon.
I see.
A rowdy, maybe that kind of a, and that naturally came to us.
Yeah,
why?
yeah,
Because money was stuck,
and it was others' money in your hand.
Others' money in my hand. It means double loss.
Yes.
I am not running away anywhere.
And your basic factor was trust.
Yes. How can I break it?
Yeah.
I didn't tell anyone that this problem has come. I anyhow used to manage somewhere from my savings, from this game itself, whatever I had saved for my business, I started giving the payments to all of them regularly.
Yeah.
And within 4 months, we managed to get the money back from that particular person and their family. How? We sold their property and lot of things happened,
I see.
which is not right to discuss now because it's very negative on our side. Why? Because when we lend money to our friends, if we go back and ask, we become the villains.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the story of life.
Yes.
So the message is never lend or borrow money from your
relatives, and
especially friends and relatives.
Yes.
Because that's where the probability of, because of the trust is there, that's where the trust can be broken.
Yeah.
Right? You cannot lend money to any stranger. Why? Because there's no trust.
Yeah.
And when you lend money to a friend, he can easily break the trust.
Yeah.
Right? Then that happens. So all these things happens. We got back the money. I created some lump sum amount of money there for my travel to abroad, and that's when all the game changed. Okay, so this is how the financial journey was. For first 2 years of my company's starting till 2 years, I didn't had any business.
Right. This is what is the timeline? Around what year?
2013 we started. So around 2016.
Right.
2-3 years. Okay, so 2016 is the year when we started our first exports. 15-16 in between.
I see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is how it was.